Not every bad training session is caused by poor performance. Sometimes it's caused by poor emotional regulation. If you are already flooded, training loses its purpose. We can regulate ourselves and get ourselves back on track. Hi, I'm Jules. I'm a sports psychologist. Let's talk about emotional regulation, specifically around distress, disappointment, frustration, and mistakes. When we're frustrated or disappointed, calm down is not what helps. The goal is not, when we make mistakes or are disappointed or frustrated with ourselves or our partner or our team or our coach, it's not to make it all magically feel better. It's simply not to make the moment worse. What we know from the psychological literature is pain plus acceptance equals ordinary human pain. We all have that. Pain plus non-acceptance, meaning we say, no, that's not fair. No, it shouldn't be like this. No, I wish it were different. That's just double the suffering. In training, for example, that pain might be, I missed a skill. In competition, wow, that was embarrassing. In a feedback conversation, oh, I got corrected. In front of your teammates, I'm not as good as I want to be today. I'm not at my best. Those things are all objective, right? They happened. We know that. The second layer is the suffering layer, however, and that's where we tend to get stuck. This layer says, this shouldn't be happening. This is so unfair. I'm terrible. Everything sucks. I can't handle this. This coach hates me. Bruh, I hate this. That second layer is where the suffering and the pain really kicks. We do that to ourselves because that's where we start building a story about what our pain is about. So instead of drawing up our distress, let's immediately start measuring things and making a change. We want to take this seriously, understanding what happened and not making it worse. I personally, with my athletes, use a distress thermometer from 0 to 100, 100 being the worst pain and suffering you've ever been in your life. 0 to 30, we can say, is I'm annoyed, but that's usable. I can still focus. 40 to 60, I'm frustrated, but I'm still reachable from my coach, my teammates, by my fellow athletes, by my partner, by my friends. 70, 80%, my body is taking over. I'm extremely frustrated, or I'm so disappointed, I'm shutting down. And 90 to 100 is I am absolutely in crisis mode. I cannot think clearly. My body has completely taken over. I'm not in control. The point of this is not to measure perfectly what level of distress we are in. The point is to ask what skill fits here and what can I do? If you're in the 40 to 60 zone, let's use the stop rule. Literally stop, take a step back, and that might be internally or it might be physically taking a step back. Observe what's going on around you, but also inside of you. What just happened and what was my reaction? And then proceed with whatever the next best action is. And if that next best action is, I remove myself from the hall, I need to go regulate myself, I need to go to the bathroom real quick, I need to take a water break, I need to say something, then do that. That will take us back on the road of the next useful action. If you are in the 70 to 80s, that means you are getting up there, your body is taking over. We're beyond stop, let's use tip. T. We're going to change the temperature really quick. So let's get cold water on our face or over our head. Let's get a cold towel on top of us. Let's then do 30 to 60 seconds of intense exercise. And P, we're going to do some paced breathing. Breathe out as slowly as you possibly can. At 90 plus, the body's in crisis mode. Step out, step back, reduce stimulation completely, remove yourself from the situation, get support. Don't make any big decisions about your life, your future, and certainly not about your worth. Train skills before you need them.